Welcome to Her Business, Her Voice, Her Conversation. This podcast was created for the boomer woman leaving corporate, and now you're looking to reinvent yourself, become an author, an entrepreneur, a podcaster. Well, each episode will leave you with clarity. You will come away with the yes, I can and yes, I will reinvent myself mindset. So come on, let's do this. I'm your host, Margot Levette. This week's conversation is taking on the hot topic, should guests pay to play or should guests pay to be on a podcast? My main takeaway is, first of all, we should not demonize the podcaster that does charge one to be on their show. Second, I'm wondering about you, the guest. How much of an investment are you really willing to make into your business, your product, your service? How do you connect podcasting with marketing? Because ladies and gentlemen, the two do go together. And then finally, are you one to get on a podcast, to guest on a podcast? And are you one of those guests that does not promote to share that episode out? There are people who don't share, and they act as though that podcaster should be glad that they were a guest on that podcast. I'm just bringing up scenarios. I'm just bringing up thoughts that come from my main takeaway is that we should not demonize those that do charge people to guest on their show. As a guest, it's up to you to determine what's the return on your investment of time and the input of your expertise. What does that mean to you? How much are you willing to invest into that marketing tool? I myself, I paid to guest on a podcast for the main reason I wanted to stay memorable. And when I saw this person at an event, I thought, yep, I want to be high above the fold. So I paid, got on the show, and it was one of the best moves I ever could have made. She got a chance to get to know me better. I had a chance to get to know her, and it all worked out just the way I, the guest, needed for it to do. It did what it was supposed to do, what I needed it to do. So that's my main takeaway. Before we jump on folks and say, hey, this podcasting thing has always been free. Let's take a look at a few things. A couple of main takeaways when we think about, should a person pay to be a guest on a podcast? I'm Margot Levette. That's my main takeaway. I'll be back next week. Bye-bye. I want to thank you for listening to Her Business, Her Voice, Her Conversation. Couple of things that I want you to do right now. Go to my website, pick up a copy of Her Business, Her Voice, Her Reinvention, how I went from game show hopping to international show host, author, and speaker in 1 year. Number 2, please freely listen to each and every episode. Share them out with your family, friends, the men in your lives. And then number 3, get in contact with me, one of the experts that have been on the show, because I want to make sure that you reinvent yourself. I'll be back next week with a brand new episode here on Her Business, Her Voice, Her Conversation.